All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for game number 3 over here for this Zerg versus Zerg series that has really heated up. We have our European Zerg player in the Northwest. He is Namshar the Great. And in the bottom right, bringing the series back, not going down, not going in quietly to that cold, dark night. He is Liquid TLO. Also known as the Little One. He's going to build that hatch. There we go. We got the hatches going down. No quick pools. Nothing cheesy to worry about just yet. My favorite cheese personally would be a Tillamook sharp yellow cheddar. It's an Oregon brand, right? So they're on like the border, if I recall. It's somewhere, it's either Oregon or Washington. It's there, okay? When you're on the border of 2 states, you're basically both, let's be honest. You know what I mean? Cries the very, very, very sad New York Jets fan. But yeah, man, this series got really, really intense. I mean, game number 1, TLO just took a beating and then got blasted by the Nidus follow-up with all those roaches. And then going past that, really just game number 2, TLO did a really good job of getting a couple worker kills himself, honestly, and then doubling down. He basically tricked Namshar into thinking that they were both going to play a later stage of the game. And Namshar was like, oh no, I got to rebuild all my drones I lost. And then TLO's like, sup, dude? Guess who wasn't building drones? And I'm like, oh my God, TLO just dropped a chair on him. And he performed a move he doesn't even legally own the right to. TLO gave him the people's elbow in game number 2. You know, now that TLO lives in America, now that he's a full-blooded North American Zerg player, he gets imbued with all the powers of all the great things from North America. So hell yeah. Hell yeah. Namshar's gonna go take that 3rd base. Big shout out to Zerg Girl bringing some folks over to the channel to come hang out and watch some StarCraft. Hopefully you guys are all having a fantastic Sunday, guys and gals. And we've seen this before, right? These 2 players have been very respectful. Lots of quick 3rd bases, no real cheese. The Nidus all in kind of came a little bit later in game number 1, pretty much after he snuck 2 Banelings into the back of the main base. Like, that's just something that's, frankly speaking, doesn't happen a whole lot. But here's the difference. Last game, Namshar put out quite a few lings to try and push this base and try to punish this 3rd base from being taken early on from TLO. And that's actually where TLO was able to carve out his advantage, because he got his Roach Warren up. And even though Namshar was ahead on upgrades, Namshar actually didn't get his Roach Warren in time for +1, which was really weird because he had +1 attack but no Roach Warren done. So he actually couldn't build roaches. So we got into this weird, awkward ling fight. TLO got like 6 or so drone kills, squeezed out a few of his own. And that's when Namshar was like, okay, I can rebuild my drones. And TLO's like, I've only been building roaches for the last 2 minutes, son. And, well, Namshar got dunked on. Like Shaquille O'Neal style. Like, he didn't even need to jump, you know what I'm saying? Where's that Yao Ming? Someone did it. Someone did it without really jumping. TLO's killing his own creep tumor. Why, God, why? Well, you see, it's actually quite simple. The wall needs to be tight and solid. And I cannot put my Roach Warren into the wall if the Cryptoma is in this spot. But TLO, was it a miscalculation? No, of course not. It was all planned from the beginning in case I needed to build a secondary wall at the start of the game. God damn it, TLO, you're smart. Anyway, Namshar's lings come in. They see the lair timing. Very important. Now, Namshar doesn't have a lair. You know what he does have, ladies and gentlemen? He's got +1 missile attack coming in. Does grab almost two drop. Oh, TLO. Almost got 2 drone kills right there. Would have been some cash money plays. He does start the lair a bit later. I wasn't sure if he was going to try and drown his opponent to death in Roach Blood again. Now, TLO is just going to start his Roach speed. He's not behind in +1 attack really this game like he was before. It's very close. What, 54, 35? Yeah, it's a 20-second difference. That's a very tight window to try to hit in StarCraft. You need to basically have your army already there. With how long the attack paths are on most of these maps, you're not going to be able to get there within 20 seconds to take advantage of that opportunity. We do have Queen pushing an Overlord away. Imagine being a literal blimp and just being poked to death. Yeah, not fun. Not fun. TLO's lane gets caught on a cliff, Simba style. Excuse me, Mufasa style. And Namshar's going to go for that 4th base. Now, TLO, he has not gotten that yet. He's going to build a spire. So I guess mutas are on the table. But for the most part, it's ZvZ. This is the roach phase of the game. Trying to do anything other is very dangerous because if your opponent scouts that you're going into mutas, you need to save up a lot of resources. Mutalisks just aren't that good if you trickle them out. So you have to save a lot of money to build a good amount of them. But Namshar getting dropper lords, like he's getting ready to really try and put some pressure on. He's going to try and deal some heavy damage. And this is what starts to scare you a little bit, because if you can make a big concerted army and your opponent is saving all of their resources to build something like Mutalisks, that doesn't end well for you, dude. Okay, he scouted the spire. That's really important. So TLO might not end up building any. But if you look, he doesn't have a lot of money banked up because it's very risky to do that in Zerg versus Zerg. Now, what does bother me, or as I guess I shouldn't say bother me. I'm not the Zerg expert here. But what concerns me possibly is how much later this 4th base is going to be for TLO. Like, does he think something else is going to end up happening in this game? There's a speed overseer zooming in. Now, 7 Mutalisks are on the way. And TLO's also going to try to make a push at the same time. He does have a few more roaches. So, all of a sudden, Namshar, he gets caught his pants down a little bit. He just doesn't have enough roaches to fight this. And I think if you're TLO, you really want to just kill that hatch and back off. But he recognizes that he has more roaches as well. So, he's going to try and kill some drones, too. Also, very valuable. Namshar is ahead by 10 workers. This is also a fantastic distraction tactic. He's taken his 4th at home. The 4th base hasn't really been used much yet by Namshar, but also you're buying time. Why? Because we've got Mutts coming in. Biatch. And this is really, really big. Mutalisks, you don't need to kill drones with them. You kill the Ravagers, you kill the Queens. All of a sudden, these roaches can get a whole lot more done. And this gets really, really tricky. TLO taking control over here. I mean, he just kicked in the window of Namshar's Lamborghini. He was driving that Overlord in, and he has pushed him out onto the streets. Now, TLO driving fast with the Mutalisks, but is that going to be enough? The Hydra transition for Namshar is here. He needs to make a stand. Hydralisks can be very terrifying. Also, a lot of TLO's Overlords rallied into a not-so defensive position where a lot of these could be killed, so you got to be cautious. We do have an Overlord waiting with a Bane drop on the right side, BT dubs. So we'll try to keep our eyes on that. Lurker Den does start. And here we go. And, well, okay. Yeah, Overlord's going to die. And the roaches are going to go take care of these. I mean, maybe try to get the larva. Get something. He does get some larva, so I guess that's cool. Does it show larva killed on units lost? No, it doesn't. Okay, well, the world will never know how many licks it takes to get to the center of a lair. TLO is going to pump out some Ravagers. Now, his army is technically lower tech. You'd think, oh, but Mutalisks are high tech. No, TLO's like, I'm going to build 42 roaches. The Lurker Den is not done yet. This is the best opportunity for TLO to attack because he's not going for the Lurkers himself. He's trying to use these mutas to harass, pull the army around, and he's going to jump on top of the Hydras. This is so important. Without the Hydras, it doesn't matter if he has 10 Lurker Dens. He will not be able to produce what he needs to stop this. This is a ridiculous number of roaches coming out of the Wunderwunsch. Now, the Mutalisks are all going to die to those ground units. That opens up a little bit more of the supply for him to try and churn out those roaches to come follow this up, but he's got a 360-degree surround on this army. Ladies and gentlemen, not a single lurker in the production tab because everything got caught, jebaited, outsmarted, outplayed. Dr. Dario's diagnosis is you're dead. And I don't know how Namshar could possibly come back from this. He's trying to crank out Roach Hydra, but there's just too much already in his base. GG! TLO takes the series 2-1.